Welcome again to LinkShadow Talk Season 2. And this season, we're going to make it very special as we are meeting cybersecurity leaders across the region. We are going to bring a lot of leaders to speak about how we can improve our security and enhance the capability to defend our environments from various types of attacks, how attackers are getting smarter, how attackers are getting faster. And today, I'm very proud to start this amazing episode with a very special guest. We are having him here with us today in LinkShadow Talk, Mr. Raed Aboudiye, the Senior Channel Business Manager from Palo Alto. Welcome, Raed.
Thank you, Ahmed.
And thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Host in LinkShadow Talk.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to start with a very interesting topic, Raed. AI. I'm sure today you are using AI. I am using AI. Your kids are using AI in different various ways.
Yep.
How important is AI to cybersecurity today from your aspect, from your point of view? I want to hear that. And I want everybody to understand how critical today having AI in our cybersecurity.
Sure, absolutely, Ahmed. First of all, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to be with you in person. It's always a pleasure to be part of the LinkShadow Palo Alto Networks alignment. So thank you again for hosting us. AI, as you mentioned, is everywhere, right? So if you look at our daily aspects of what we do, there is an AI component already embedded into almost everything that we do. The devices we use, these things generate tons of data, right? So that data today is being used by AI models to help you do, things, be more efficient at your job, rewrite an email that you want some help with.
We became independent on this. We became using it more and more every day, to be honest.
Yeah. Too much independent, if you ask me.
Yes.
So AI is just like, it is part of everything we do. It's part of cybersecurity. Well, and it's being used by the bad actors and the good actors, right?
Unfortunately.
So we're trying to look at ways where we embed and use AI within all the solutions and services that we do to help clients really be ready for any kind of AI-associated attack, AI-specific attacks, so they can be well-equipped to deal with those type of attackers.
Okay, wonderful. Because saying the same thing from LinkShadow, we understood the importance of AI since a long time. And we've been doing this since 10 years now. We started, the core of our solution was built on an AI model, a machine learning algorithms. So we understood what is the need that the customer had then, and we started building up more use cases accordingly. So why AI is so important for us as well? Because today, as you heard it maybe one time, some people thinks that AI will replace people one day. But unfortunately, the true fact or the true sentence that there, people with AI knowledge can replace people who doesn't have that, right? And this is, I believe this is a very, very true sentence when you hear about it. Because today we need to empower ourselves with these new skills.
Absolutely.
These new skills are very important. We need to adapt, right?
Absolutely.
Whenever something new is there, we need to adapt to it. We need to make sure that our brain understands how it works. So to do so, in LinkShadow, we make sure that we built our AI engine to make it customizable for people, for environments, for specific needs and understanding every machine learning model that a person can create. And what we will do as our job to empower these organizations.
I like that.
How to utilize these customized machine learning models or AI use cases, as you mentioned. It is, again, a very hot topic. We can go on.
It's a very hot topic, and almost everybody, I think the hype is out there. A lot of the hype is real, if you ask me.
Okay.
There is some, obviously, you can always find exaggerations here and there, but in general, the hype around AI is true. And if you look at, everything that we do today, you will always find an AI component to it. Whether it's your banking, whether it's your schooling with children, right? Whether it's you writing emails. So the hype is real, and AI is here to stay. That's for sure.
If I want to ask you a question, Raed, if a customer doesn't have an AI engine in his security environment, and a customer who has, this customer who doesn't have, and he has a lot of security tools, but a legacy security tools, would he now survive an AI attack?
It will be very difficult to survive an AI attack, because if it's an AI specific attack, you need an AI solution that understands these type of attacks.
Same speed, same.
Exactly. These attacks are unique. They haven't been seen before.
Yeah.
They obviously require your solutions, your protection, to be AI aware.
True.
Right? And if you don't have solutions like this, your life will probably be difficult, because there is no way you can actually go and cover these type of attacks
100%.
if you don't have a solution that understands these attacks.
I agree with you.
So that's,
I agree with you 100%. Well, Raed, we spoke about AI and how important and critical is AI to our life now and to cybersecurity. طيب, there is another important topic why we are here today is the platformization.
Yeah.
And this is something Palo Alto was a pioneer when it comes to cybersecurity in creating this concept, the platformization. Yeah. And I like that. Whenever I heard of it, I remember first Palo Alto. So can you elaborate more about how important this platformization and connecting everything together?
We believe it's super important, Ahmed, and thank you for associating the word platformization with Palo Alto Networks. Everything we do when it comes to cybersecurity as cybersecurity practitioners is all about context, right? And today, if you go walk into a customer environment, Ahmed, and ask them how many cybersecurity solutions they have, depending on the size of the customer, it might vary from 5, 6, 7, all the way up to maybe over 100 cybersecurity solutions. And then the question becomes, well, how do you go and integrate all these different cybersecurity solutions together where you have an optimal coverage of your cybersecurity posture?
Yes.
And you don't have gaps.
Yes.
And that's hard. It's very hard to do, right? Especially if you're talking about, 10s, 20s, 40s of cybersecurity solutions being deployed. We worry about the skill set. Do you have enough skill set for somebody to understand all these different
100%.
So platformization, the whole intention of it is to go and simplify customer environments where you deliver optimal security outcomes by reducing the number of point solutions that the customer is using. So we don't want to replace everything. We can't replace probably everything. That's why we rely on partners like LinkShadow to help us with this. But if the customer has a point solution that looks at endpoint only, and that endpoint solution doesn't talk to the other solutions in an optimal way, you're going to have a security gap.
True.
And bad actors will always look for ways to exploit your environment.
True.
And they're always looking for those gaps. So we believe when you have the endpoint solution talking to the network solution, talking to the cloud, we believe you have the context necessary to go and actually deliver those security outcomes.
100%.
So in a nutshell, that's what platformization is. It's actually a lot more, but I'm trying to summarize it in a way that people actually understand it.
You reminded me with one example, a nice example, the spider web.
Yes.
If you look at the spider, when it creates all the web, it's all complex, right? It's all integrated together. So anything that falls on that web, he can know when, where, and what is that thing that falls on the web, so he can attack it directly. So this is something as important it is to Palo Alto and to the world. Gartner have been talking about it since a long time now, and they have introduced a new architecture called the Cybersecurity Mesh architecture to replace the legacy and traditional architecture where everything works in silos, right? So the concept, and they started with 1.0 and 2.0, and now only a few weeks ago, they announced the 3.0 cybersecurity mesh architecture concept. We from LinkShadow, we wanted to move from having it only as a concept, and we built a platform we called the CyberMesh X, where it can connect all the cybersecurity tools together, from identity, from network, from
that's the idea,
from the data aspect. To have the context, as you mentioned, is very important. If an attacker attacked someone, for an example, and compromised an identity, from there he went to the network, from there he did a lateral movement, did an attack, and you could have, even if you had a lot of security tools in your place. So you cannot call this place is secure 100%. They have 100 security tools.
True.
You can call it a secure place if these security tools are speaking
100%.
So this is what I believe. And
just to clarify one thing, when we talk platformization, we don't go into customer environments and say, I want to replace everything that you have.
No,
that's never the case, right? But we want to really reduce the number of security solutions when it makes sense.
True.
And then rely on technology partners, service partners, like LinkShadow to come and help us complement the story. We would like to take somebody who has, say, 70 point solutions to maybe 7 or 10, right? But the idea is not to go and take those 70 and just put all the efforts in there.
Exactly. Connecting Palo Alto with them, maybe to have less platforms for customer or less single pane of glasses customers needs to go and look at it.
Exactly.
Instead of going to 10 platforms or 10 portals to open and navigate and investigate an incident in your environment, you can go to simply 1 or 2 and understand what happened exactly in there. And this is something really important, and people need to focus on definitely big time these days, especially because today, let me give you some examples about us, about LinkShadow and Palo Alto. We have a lot of integrations within our solutions. We can help customers protecting their endpoint using your endpoint solutions with our AI engine, enabling an isolate or for an endpoint, or enforcing some threat intelligence feeds to your firewalls, or triggering a playbook from your XOR, and etc., or your platforms. There's a lot of integrations, and I'm happy about that, because today having an alliances, having a language that we can understand both together can help us go faster and
100%.
protect customers easier. Using our both AI engines together, having not one AI engine but 2 amazing AI engines working together will make us definitely in a better place when it comes to security customers' environments.
100%.
Moving to another interesting topic, Ra'ed, I heard you once in one of the speeches, amazing speeches, by the way, happened earlier in one of the events. You were talking about a very hot topic that will affect us all in the future if we didn't prepare ourselves for now, right? This topic was the quantum computing. Quantum computing, I gave an example earlier. It's like a nuclear weapon. It could be a very good for us if it is with the good people, creating medicines out of it, new technologies, understanding a higher tech, or building a higher tech solutions for us using the nuclear itself. But if it is in the bad actors, they can destroy the world, right? So I believe quantum computing is the same. Moving from only bits, zeros and ones. This is what we all studied in our universities, the foundation of IT, right?
Ones and zeros.
Ones and zeros, yes and no. Now it became yes or zero, yes or no, or both together. I want you to tell me more about it and how this can. I heard a lot of stories about these quantum computing engines can even decrypt large encrypted data or large encrypted traffic and make everything visible. How crazy and how dangerous this is to us.
Quantum computing is just like any other technology out there. If it falls in the wrong hands, obviously it can be used for malicious reasons. So I believe that quantum is going to be a transformational type of technology that's going to change the way that humanity actually operates. We're going to see a huge advancement in medicine. We're going to see a huge advancement in biology. We're going to see a huge advancement in almost every aspect of our compute power today. Because the way compute is going to be done is going to be totally different. You mentioned the ones and zeros, the bits, and it's now going to a qubit. And without getting really technical, quantum computing will really process things at a fraction of the speed that it's taking today's computers to process.
I heard,
right? So as you mentioned, that can be put to good use and can help humanity. But you can almost be set assured that bad actors will get access to this technology.
Definitely, like they did in AI nowadays
with everything, right? So you can be assured that that's going to happen. So the next question becomes, okay, if that does happen, and we know it's going to happen, what impact is that going to have on customers today? And you mentioned, correctly, the ability to decrypt traffic, which, if you look at it, that's pretty much how you and I communicate. That's how governments, communicate. When you send me a text on a chat application, it gets encrypted.
Yeah.
It comes to me, it gets decrypted. I get to see what you wrote, right?
True.
That basically gives us the peace of mind that our communication is secure. It's encrypted.
Yeah.
And nobody can see it other than just you and I.
A lot of zeros and ones.
A lot of them
Moving,
was that
yeah.
translate into pictures, into
Exactly.
videos, into.
Exactly.
So if quantum computing becomes the reality, quantum computing today can crack this encryption, and it can do it in a fraction, in microseconds or milliseconds. And if that happens, then the secrets that you and I are sharing are now going to be exposed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and take that now and scale it to governments, to banks, to the world, really, and how we do, how we communicate with each other. And now you start to understand the impact that having such technology fall in the wrong hands, what impact it's going to have on us, right? So what I try to do, which is what I did in my speech, is really build awareness with customers.
Yeah.
We're still 7 to 10 years away from seeing really a quantum-ready type of a PC capable of doing the things we talked about. But if you don't start today, it might be too late.
True.
So it takes time to go change your encryption standards from one standard to another. The last time the industry did it, it took almost 7 years, right? It takes years really to go from one standard to another. So if you don't start today, by the time quantum computing is available, it might be too late. So we try to build this awareness about the risk associated with quantum computing.
And I believe we should start by protecting our data. What do you think, Raed? Our data now, they're here, on-prem, on cloud, everywhere.
Yeah.
So the explosion of data happening everywhere now, it needs protection.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, if quantum computing is there now, it can decrypt any information and I can see any data I want. And there is also attackers are using some topology, which is halves now, decrypt later. Yes. This is.
You were paying attention in the presentation.
Oh yeah. When you speak, I pay attention.
Thank you.
Definitely, Raed. Raed, this is something important again for us. We need to protect our data. We need to have visibility, at least where is this data, so we understand how to protect it. And I believe together, as technology alliances, we can do much more. And I wish we have more time to discuss more details on how we can add more value to our customers when we work together. But it was a pleasure having you here with us today.
Likewise.
Raed. And I cannot stop saying how important is connecting tools to speak together. Because today it starts from here. If you are in a war and you are alone, you will never win.
100%.
You need to have alliances around you.
100%.
You need to have better alliances, stronger alliances. And I'm glad that we have this amazing alliance with you, Palo Alto.
Thank you, Ahmed. Thank you for hosting me.
Now, after we talked about AI, platformization, and the future of cybersecurity when it comes to quantum computing, any additional words, Raed, you want to give it to the viewers?
Yeah, first of all, thank you again for having me, Ahmed. It's a pleasure to be part of your podcast. I've heard about it. I'm so glad to be part of it. So thank you again for giving me the courtesy. We're super excited about the technology and the advancement in AI, in quantum, because that for us, you're really at the cutting edge of what's happening out there, right? And you feel super, super excited about integrating those new technologies into your solutions and services to protect customer environments out there from those new threats. So they didn't exist maybe last year or the year before. So we're super happy to be part of that. We're super happy to be partnering with somebody like LinkShadow and you. And thank you again for hosting me.
Thank you so much, Raed. Well, we have spoken about AI, platformization, and how we are stronger together, and the future of cybersecurity as well. What we've learned today is simple. No single vendor can protect everything, but when industry leaders work together, we raise the bar for what's possible. Stay tuned for more episodes of LinkShadow Talk, where we break silos and build bridges for more secure digital world. Thank you.